Secret societies have long captured the imaginations and fears of the public, often portrayed as clandestine groups wielding unseen influence over world affairs. The concept of a secret society refers to organizations that maintain exclusive membership, characterized by hidden agendas, secret rituals, or concealed influence over political and social events. Historically, these societies have been seen as entities operating behind the curtains of power, potentially shaping destinies on a global scale. Understanding the historical context and origins of secret societies is crucial to grasping their role as perceived puppeteers of dark history. These societies often arise out of societal unrest, political oppression, or the desire for esoteric knowledge inaccessible to the average person. By exploring their beginnings, one can observe the backdrop of fear and intrigue that often surrounds them, laying the foundation for their suspected manipulative capabilities. Two illustrative examples of secret societies are the Freemasons and the Illuminati. The Freemasons, tracing origins back to the guilds of stonemasons in the Middle Ages, have been linked to various revolutionary movements, often accused of fostering political upheaval under the guise of fraternity and moral philosophy. Meanwhile, the Illuminati, founded in 18th century Bavaria, has been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories suggesting its involvement in global control, from orchestrating wars to influencing economy and policy. Opinions about secret societies vary widely. Proponents of these theories argue that historical patterns of war, revolution, and even economic crises suggest orchestration by such groups. They see the secrecy and influence as evidence of a hidden hand guiding world events. On the flip side, critics challenge the plausibility of these ideas, arguing that the complexity and transparency of modern political structures make it implausible for clandestine organizations to govern in such a manner. Controversies arise particularly around the credibility of these theories and the reliance on conspiracy. Often without concrete evidence, skeptics regard the allure of secret societies as reflective of a human tendency to explain uncertainty with hidden forces, rather than random or multifactorial occurrences. This introductory understanding of secret societies as manipulative entities threads into broader discussions on power, control, and influence, directly linking back to their portrayal as puppeteers of dark history. It invites questions about the nature of history itself and the potential machinations behind major global events, setting the stage for deeper exploration into the hidden forces that may shape our world. The influence of secret societies on political power refers to the clandestine manipulation or involvement of these exclusive groups in the political sphere, often wielding significant behind-the-scenes influence over governments, policies, and global events. Secret societies are typically defined by their selective membership, hidden agendas, and the use of covert operations to achieve their objectives. These organizations, throughout history, have been seen as puppet masters, pulling the strings of political leaders, shaping geopolitical landscapes to serve their purposes. This facet of secret societies is crucial as it highlights their potential role in steering major political decisions and events that have shaped the world. By controlling or influencing political power, secret societies may alter the course of history in favor of their ideology, objectives, or the interests of their members. Understanding this influence is essential to unravel the mysteries behind pivotal political shifts and power dynamics. One prominent example is the Illuminati, a purported secret society said to control world affairs by infiltrating governments and orchestrating events from the shadows. Although much of the discussion around the Illuminati tends toward conspiracy, it represents the idea that secret societies could be orchestrating global events unbeknownst to the general public. Similarly, the Freemasons, with a history of adopting influential political figures as members, have often been accused of promoting the interests of their members while subtly guiding political decisions. Some scholars and commentators argue that the pervasive reach of these societies undermines democratic processes, enabling a select few to benefit at the expense of broader societal welfare. Critics might argue that the idea of secret societies controlling political power is exaggerated, with allegations often resting on tenuous evidence or exaggerated conspiracy theories. Alternatives to this viewpoint also suggest that while these societies may hold sway in specific contexts, the complexity of global politics prevents any single entity from dictating terms entirely. This concept interconnects with the broader theme of secret societies by revealing how they might exert influence not only through esoteric rituals or cultural symbolism, but via strategic infiltrations and alliances within political structures. Thus, the mastery over political power augments their ability to subtly dictate cultural, economic, and societal norms, making political influence a critical avenue for sustaining their covert dominance and extending their reach across other aspects of society. Understanding this connection helps highlight why secret societies remain a deep-seated subject of intrigue and debate, as their potential to shape modern history continues to captivate and alarm in equal measure. The notion of economic control, financial networks, and hidden agendas within the context of secret societies revolves around the idea that clandestine groups exert significant influence on global economies through secretive financial networks and manipulative agendas. This control is purportedly achieved by leveraging vast financial resources to manipulate markets, influence governments, and alter the course of economic policy to serve their hidden agendas. The significance of this concept in understanding secret societies lies in the idea that economic stability and policy can be surreptitiously shaped by a select few, thereby driving historical change outside the purview of public accountability or transparent governance. To illustrate this point, consider the controversial claims surrounding the Bilderberg Group, an annual private conference of influential figures in business, finance, and politics. Critics argue that the secrecy of these meetings allows for the crafting of global economic strategies that shape policies in favor of elite interests, potentially marginalizing the broader public's needs. Similarly, the Rothschild banking family's historical associations have fueled conspiracy theories suggesting they wield disproportionate influence over international financial systems, allegedly orchestrating economic events to benefit their interests. Supporters of these theories often argue that such hidden agendas perpetuate a form of economic puppeteering, wherein economic inequality is exacerbated by self-serving decisions made in shadowy corridors of power. They point to the accumulation of wealth and the concentration of financial influence as evidence of an economic hegemony tightly controlled by a few. However, this perspective is not without its challenges and controversies. Critics of these theories point out the lack of concrete evidence and argue that economic complexities and global interdependence make it improbable for any single group to maintain such control. They caution against using unverified claims to explain multifaceted economic phenomena, emphasizing the dangers of attributing undue agency to secret societies without rigorous proof. The concept of economic control and hidden agendas links to other aspects of secret societies by suggesting a pervasive influence that extends beyond mere economic manipulation, possibly affecting political and social realms. By controlling financial networks, these groups might steer political decision-making or social narratives, thereby maintaining or enhancing their power invisibly across different sectors. This idea serves as a nodal point that connects various facets of supposed secret society influence, enriching the overarching narrative of clandestine dominion over historical developments. Cultural manipulation through media, art, and symbolism is the deliberate use of cultural artifacts to influence public perception, ideologies, and behaviors. This concept suggests that secret societies, often portrayed as shadowy organizations, use these elements as tools to shape narratives and control societal beliefs without being overtly noticed. By embedding specific symbols, commissioning artworks, or manipulating media content, they can guide public opinion, maintain power, or propagate their agendas subtly across cultures and generations. The significance of cultural manipulation in the context of secret societies lies in its potential to covertly steer the course of history by influencing the collective consciousness. If secret societies possess the means to alter or dictate cultural trends and information dissemination, they essentially wield the power to control social norms and expectations. The dissemination of carefully curated messages can legitimize certain ideologies or undermine others, further entrenching the influence of these clandestine entities. Consider the symbolism found in significant art and architecture, which some theorists claim bear the marks of secret society influence. The murals in the Denver International Airport, for instance, have sparked numerous speculations about hidden messages and the intentions of unknown groups behind their design. Another example is the recurring motifs and narratives in popular media, the portrayal of powerful, enigmatic organizations in movies and literature, which some argue serve to normalize the concept of unseen hands guiding world events. Proponents of this idea point to the improbably consistent presence of certain symbols and themes as evidence of a grand orchestrated manipulation. They argue that cultural artifacts are not mere coincidences but deliberate communications from powerful entities. However, this perspective is met with skepticism, as critics argue that perceived patterns might be the result of imaginative interpretation rather than intentional design. Additionally, art and media are subjective by nature, and their meanings can vary widely among individuals, potentially undermining the effectiveness of any intended manipulation. Challenges surrounding this concept include the difficulty of proving direct causation between secret societies and specific cultural phenomena. The theory itself requires accepting a level of strategic coordination that some find implausible. Furthermore, attributing cultural evolution solely to manipulation can overlook genuine grassroots movements and other complex socio-political dynamics. Linking back to the overarching theme of secret societies as puppeteers, cultural manipulation extends their influence beyond political and economic realms into the very fabric of societal identity. By insidiously guiding public perception and cultural evolution, these organizations can maintain a hidden yet profound control over the trajectory of human history.